Stitching Stuff. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kim.
I'm Lily.
And we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. Thanksgiving's done. Woohoo!
It's done.
One more.
Whew. What episode are we on? Did you look?
I think it might be 75 today.
Oh, well,
Flew by. 75.
flying by. I know. Yeah, welcome to our channel. We're mother, daughter, granddaughter, daughter.
What?
Or
Her granddaughter.
mother, granddaughter, daughter.
Well, that's
Station. We talk about cross stitch and other stuff. And we are in Washington State on two sides, Western and Eastern Washington. So we're Zooming. Thank goodness for Zoom.
Yeah.
If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We love you all. Thanks for watching us and cheering us on in our stitching every week. Yeah. And it is the Sunday after the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday weekend.
The 28th, Sunday, November 28th. And we hope you had, if you're in America, in the U.S., we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And if you're not, we hope you had a great week anyways. And now we're moving towards our favorite time of year.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Favorite time of the year.
Today was our first Advent Sunday at church, and that was fun. So the church was all decorated with greens everywhere, and
Pretty.
it was really pretty. And they had like new, like over the pulpit. I don't know what it's called, but a new cloth, like a different purple cloth.
Yeah, what do they call those?
And then kind of we have a cross in the background, and it always has a different cloth. So this one was purple today.
last time it was great.
It's often green during ordinary time. Our church kind of follows the church calendar. And so now it's purple for
So
Advent.
it's all different today.
So it was really pretty and twinkly in there. Yeah, I think there were some twinkle lights up there. Weren't there on the front stage? Yeah,
Yeah.
like up on the front of the church.
Well,
And there were poinsettias.
And there were some
Oh, that's
poinsettias.
pretty.
It was just very pretty, and it felt like kind of magical to walk into church.
magical. I love that
So
feeling.
pretty. Mhm.
My house is magical and twinkly right now.
Yeah.
But I had this thought. So a lot of people put their Christmas trees up this year, a lot more than I noticed before
Way early.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they just do that and they still host Thanksgiving with their Christmas tree up, and maybe they don't do a lot of fall decorating, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm always like, no, I'm going to decorate the day after Thanksgiving. I'm kind of rethinking that.
Because you're tired.
I'm so tired. It would have been really nice. I mean, I love my fall decorations, so I don't know if I'd ever do this. Maybe I would do it in part of the house. I don't know. But after the day of cooking, and I had lots of help. It wasn't like I didn't have help. It's just that I'm getting older. My back doesn't handle being on my feet that long. And so I was on my feet so much on Wednesday getting ready for stuff. I was on my feet Thursday. Navigating everybody in my small house is just kind of mentally exhausting. And I thought, I used to get up the day after Thanksgiving, fall down right away, dust, and put Christmas up all in one day. Are you kidding me? I got up, I stumbled around the house. My back was when it really got sore. And then I had some coffee and I knit for a little bit and stared at everything. Dad had already gotten the Christmas. No, he didn't get the Christmas stuff down yet. He didn't do that. He brought the fall crates down. And then I started putzing around, but it just takes me so long now. I just get distracted. I don't really know, but it took me Friday, most of the day off and on. I had interruptions, but put my fall down. And then yesterday I thought, okay, I'm going to get up because Christmas crates were down. I got like 3 areas done, and then I finished it today. It's pretty much done. And everybody that watched last year, and I couldn't find my Christmas mugs, I found them right away this year. So those have to come out still. But I don't know. There is something to the idea of just getting up on after Thanksgiving and just magically have it be Christmas.
Ta-da!
Our tree's not up, and I wouldn't put my tree up yet, but maybe the other stuff wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And I didn't have as big a crowd. I've had up to 13, 14 people at my house for Thanksgiving, and it was 2, 4, 6, 8 adults and 2 little babies, but it still felt like just as much work as if I had done a big group. So anyway, it was a nice day. It was. I just was tired, I think. It's just been a stressful fall, and Juniper and Cassidy and Andrew have been here for 2 weeks off, and so things are just kind of off. I mean, my schedule is just kind of off. And so I told Sarah, I don't have a lot of stitching, but most of that's because of Thanksgiving prep, but I got a little bit.
Me too. We had Jesse's siblings come over. So we were all, as
nice.
One of them couldn't make it, but the others were all here, which was really good. We hadn't all been together really for 2 years, other than just a quick like dinner visit in the summer, but we haven't seen each other since before COVID. So it was really good to spend a few days with all of them. They're big game people. So we played lots of games, which I love. I think that's just fun to sit. It's a way to spend time together that's not with a screen in front of you the whole day. And nobody gets bored because we're just having fun. So we played a lot of games. We ate a lot of food. I did, everybody brought stuff for Thanksgiving. So I did kind of the main components, and then everybody, so I didn't have to cook everything, but it was a lot of cooking. But thankfully, we just had a ton of leftovers. So the next day, when everybody left yesterday on Saturday, somebody left Friday, and then the rest left on Saturday. So I also didn't get a lot of stitching done because we were just spending time together, and we didn't really sit down and watch any movie. Sometimes if we were together and we watch a movie, I'll stitch, but we just played games and visited and had a good time. They did bring their Nintendo Switch, so we played some Mario Party games and stuff. That was fun. But anyway, so it was a really nice time. It was so good to catch up with them, and kind of, there haven't been a ton of big changes in some of their, in all their lives, but since we saw them last, we have seen Jesse's sister, Holly. She lived with us for a little while last year, and there've been some big changes in her life. So it was good to catch up on just where everybody was. And then everybody left, and we vegged out. So the house is now, I kept it pretty clean all weekend. And today I just have let it go. I mean, the breakfast is still out. We haven't done, we kind of threw everything on and ran out to church. And then on the way into church today, I sprained my ankle. I think that's what happened. I don't think it's broken, but it's definitely a little more than just a little twist. Yeah. My boot heel hit a rock, and I kind of rolled in and limped on into church and started icing it right away. I can put weight on it, but then when I came home, I was going to originally come home and do a bunch of just tidy up for the afternoon, because usually I like to have it kind of reset and then veg out for the Sunday afternoon. But nothing. I didn't do anything. I just came home and I started icing it, played a computer game. I had a little Zoom meeting with somebody else. So it's just been one of those days. So that's all right. So just if you pray, say a little prayer that my ankle heals up quick, because I really want to decorate and things too. But now we're going to start back into school for a couple more weeks, and I have to squeeze that in somewhere. I wasn't really planning to decorate, although I was hoping maybe we could get our tree. Rosie's also been a little sick, so we didn't go get our tree like we'd hoped to yesterday. Yeah, but we did.
Because you're going up in the mountains to cut your own, right?
We're gonna go up in the mountains to cut our own. We can get a tree for a $5 license, and it's not a perfectly shaped tree, but it's something that all my family loves to do. So we do that every other year.
But dragging her up in the mountains wouldn't have been.
She was hacking and coughing, and
doctor. It's not like you were just going to go to the lot and pick one out. You could have done that with her.
Right. We were going to go up into the mountains, cut one down in the snow, and bring it home. So everybody really wants to do that. So we're going to hold off. But I do really want to get our Christmas decorations up, because that makes everybody feel so cozy.
Maybe if you go next weekend, you'll have snow. I don't know.
There would probably be snow where we were going to go.
Is there? I thought most of the snow all the snow up on the pass is melted.
We usually go up Highway 410, which is towards Mount Rainier, and there was snow up there last weekend when Jesse and I took Rosie hiking.
Was there? Oh, okay.
It's just been so warm. Ton, but it was. Yeah. I know today is warm here too. All right, we should let Millie show her stitching.
Yeah. What you got today, Millie? Something special?
Yes.
Oh, could you possibly have a finish?
What?
Possibly.
You were pretty close last week. You were pretty close.
Let's see it.
I could possibly have a finish.
Let's see what you might have.
Oh, and you even have your little charm sewn on. How cute is that?
Is that from Heather?
I think so. Yeah.
I think this charm maybe came from Heather.
Yeah, she sent them
some little charms.
Oh, look at all that back stitching you did. It makes it pop so much.
I know.
Oh, I'm really proud of you, Millie. That is really, really pretty, honey.
Okay.
You
and
do
then-
need to fix this one
I
little
know.
spot. There's a thread
Oh.
that kind of came unanchored. So I told her she needed to pull it back a couple stitches and anchor it and then just stitch another.
Yeah. But
especially
wow.
Because it's the swan's head. We got to have that nicely outlined. But other than that, it's.
Are we doing a frame or a hoop for that? I can't
What did
remember.
we decide?
I'm gonna frame it and then hang it up in our bedroom.
Are you going to frame it with like a round frame or I think a round frame would be really cute.
I didn't
or a
have round
hoop.
frames.
I bet if you can't find a round frame in the store, I bet you could find one on Amazon or
Yeah.
Etsy even.
Or we could get a hoop.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
frame it
And
up.
I'm gonna start.
I think a white frame, actually a round white frame would be really pretty in there. with
Yes,
that.
that would be really pretty.
I'm
Wouldn't it?
gonna
really-
start a Christmas
Pink would look
project
good, too.
too.
A Christmas project.
It says Christmas, and then there's a little thing. So that's.
Oh, was this one of the ones that we got from somebody?
No,
Yeah.
I think Julie sent these to us.
Yeah.
Julie, thank
Yeah,
you so
Julie
much.
did
Millie
this.
is so excited to start this.
Who's the designer of that one? I can't remember.
Frosted pumpkin stitchery.
Russ. Oh, it's gonna be so
So
cute.
each letter is a square for each letter of the word Christmas, and we've got
Oh.
carolers and hot cocoa and reindeer for CHR, Rudolph, I for ice skate, S for snowman, T for
Oh.
toys, M for Mrs. Claus,
A for angel.
A for angel on the top of the
Yeah.
tree, and S for Santa.
Cute, Millie. Oh, that's
So
gonna
we
be
have fabric and most of the flosses. I think we're missing like
Uh-huh.
3, and they're all DMC.
Well, there's like.
What fabric are you gonna use?
We need 6
Um,
more.
Jody, our friend Jody gave us, I think it was Jody, some rolls of Ada, or maybe it was our other friend Alice.
I've
And I
got
have a
stuff from Alice
16.
still.
I think it's probably from Alice. It was a 16 count roll of Ada.
No, it's
Kind
from
of-
Jody.
Oh, that was
Sweetie.
from Jody.
I
So-
have Alice's
Yeah,
stuff still. I haven't seen you. Bye, sweetie. I'm really proud of you. Mwah.
No, it's so pretty. So I think we might tea dye it so we kind of get that. I might do, I don't know,
Yeah.
I love how the fabric it's on is kind of a pinky brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
not sure. It also, I think actually the fabric it's stitched on is Crystal Belfast in gingerbread, which I think might have some sparkle in it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay.
I don't
think
think
I'm
she
just
needs
gonna
the
stitch it
sparkle.
on Ada, but I do kind of like darkening up the fabric enough so that if she does decide to do the white, it will pop really nice and she maybe
Right.
won't get so tired of it.
Right.
I
And
think
there's
the white is cute, so I kind of want her to do it,
Yeah.
but I'll let her choose. She always has her very specific creative
She
ideas.
could just do the top and the bottom and not do the sides or something, or do just like, a little bit on the top and a
could
little
just
bit down the
do
side.
The corners with the
Yeah, just do the
reindeer,
corners. That would be cute.
although the snowmen are awfully cute in that border too.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll have to
but-
see. I have a feeling she'll do, talking about trying to get you to do this white border.
I don't know. I might do it in a different color.
I know, but I think you should do it in
Like
white. What
light
if we
blue.
darken up your fabric a lot?
If we did light blue, it'd be really pretty.
Light blue, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, light blue would work.
Like an ice-
Hold it up. Let me see if I think.
Yeah,
light blue's
like
good.
maybe the blue that's in the water for the ice skating.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Are
really
the
wanted to
snowmen
do-
kind of in
I
blue?
like that white. The white makes it look so lacy. The snowmen are all white.
Okay.
You mean those?
Oh, yeah, I think just the coloring made it look
I
like
think the
this. that
whole
same
border
blue.
is white. Yeah,
Yeah, it probably is.
it's B5200. So it's a
Mhm.
bright white pop. We'll see what I can convince her to do. Yeah, my light is fading a lot already. Ooh.
No, it is almost 4. Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to go? Oh, should we do featured friends?
Yeah, we have a featured friend, you said?
Yeah, we have a couple still. So I'm doing one today and then I've got one ready and lined up for next week. This
Oh.
is from Kay Lowry, and Kay stitched up a giveaway that she won from us and then took a picture and sent it. So I'll put the picture in right here.
How cute that you stitched it already.
I know. And so that also there's a picture, I think, of Millie's pot holders, which I didn't even remember went in there with those. But Millie says those are the ones she made. So anyways, so cute. She says, I received my gift this week and immediately had to stitch it. I didn't have any of the called for threads, so I used sulky threads. Love it. Thanks again, Kay.
Oh,
So yeah, the colors are really a little bit more vibrant that she chose, which I actually really like.
yeah, it's
Like
gorgeous.
a little
Kate.
bit more contrast to each of the colors.
Yeah,
I
really
tend to
cute.
like that bright color.
Yeah,
So
well, it really pops. Yeah. Well, I
Thank
wonder
you
if
so
she
much.
won if she got the pot holders on a different giveaway and she just remembered about them or something.
that really might be, because I don't think we've done pot holders lately. Girls were kind of in the big pot holder kick about a year ago. So maybe that was from an old win, which is cute to see those pop up.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing with us, Kay.
Yeah,
And if
it's
you
fun.
are a watcher, a watcher,
A watcher, if
you're
you're
a
a
watcher
watcher,
of us. Gotta put hand lotion on.
grammar.
Send us a project that you worked on or you're working on so we can share it. We'll share whatever you want us to say about it, give you a little screen time, and
Even if you have your
inspire.
own floss tube, we'd still love to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Email us a picture at our email address below is the simplest way to do it. Although somebody was having a hard time getting their email to send their pictures this week. So next week we'll see one from Linda, and she figured out that she could send them over Instagram. So if that works
Oh.
better for you for some reason, you can check
Oh,
and see
okay.
if, and just make sure I know that you're doing that so I can
Yeah.
find it. So anyways, thanks for sharing, Kay.
Thank you. Very cute. Very cute.
Why don't you show what you worked on?
Oh man, you guys. Well, I really only worked on 2 things, which I just
Really?
find hard to believe, but the week was just crazy.
Really? Sorry. Millie, come here a second. Can you find the yarn? It's in the basket under the end table that you want the pockets out of. I think it's in my knitting, the basket of knitting. Sorry, I just wanted to show the color that she chose for the pockets on her sweater.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
go ahead.
I just didn't stitch a lot. I knit a couple of evenings because I was just tired, and we had baby here and just life was just busy. And really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I don't know when I last stitched. I stitched yesterday morning for the first time, maybe since Tuesday. So it's been a short week. But anyway, I worked a lot on Dreaming Girl because I want to get this done. So I finished all the leaves on her hair.
Wow.
It's kind of blurry, isn't it?
There you go.
There we go. So I finished all that. I finished her hair. I don't think I had finished her hair yet.
Not all the way.
So I finished the gray part of the lower part of her hair, and I did this snow. So I did the leaves and the key or whatever, nuts. I think there's some nuts there. And I did this snowflake because down here will be the winter scene if you're not familiar with this pattern. And there'll be I'm going to do my houses in blue. And there's some more snowflakes, but I did that yesterday. I doesn't look like much, but I'm not a fast social stitcher, and I was on a Zoom stitching meetup with Heather Miller up in Canada, and so we were chatting. And plus, the holes on this fabric, I've said before, they shrunk up, so I had to rip part of that snowflake out. But I really love that snowflake. Anyway, so I'm really close to a finish on this. Really close, so I'm gonna keep plugging along because that's my goal now, is to start finishing things that are close. Hopefully, if I can make it work in my December magazine monthly acrostic, I will. And then the other thing I worked on, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was enough to count. And it was my Joyful World. I got my November square done.
Oh, yay! So
we have 1 more to go. I kept up.
Wow, good job. It's gonna be done soon.
You can't see those. There we go. Those stems are kind of a yellowish. But I did basically. I think I had some confetti down there by the tail, the white confetti, and I had the words November to do. And that was all I had. So anyway, it's done. I've got to go. I think tonight I'll pull my threads. They're all in the bag anyway, but just get my December ready to go. And
wow.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited with this piece. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't know where I'm going to hang it, how I'm going to finish. Dad said he'd build me a frame, so hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's about it. I really didn't work on anything else. So what do you got?
I've got A couple things. So I worked really just a couple things. I worked on my fall sampler. So you've been seeing this one. I really am trying to finish it up because I love it so much that I want it for January to be done.
Yeah, that's your driving force.
Focus piece this month for the magazine challenge that we do. Even though it's not a magazine, it's a book. I'm counting it.
Yeah.
Plus, I can break the rules and still participate, right?
I count books because I stitch in books as often as I do magazines. I mean, really, they're about the same.
So I finished the scene with the sled.
Whew, that was a lot. It doesn't look like it's one of those things I think that you think, oh, that's going to be quick, but there's more stitching than it looks. Yeah.
And then there's a flower here that I forgot to do. It's like a, kind of one of these, but less involved sort of. And then there's not too much left. It's just that bottom corner. There's a couple trees and another big flower and some squirrels. I mean, there's still a good amount, but
I am just looking at those little motifs above that girl's head. They're so cute. The little snowflakey motifs. Yes, those are so, I don't think I've ever actually looked at those that closely before.
I know. I liked each of the motifs on this. I've really stitched a lot of this kind of samplery style. Would you call that this kind of a sampler style?
Yeah, it's got sampler motifs.
I don't stitch very much of that, I don't think, but I really liked the motifs on this one and I would look for more stitching like this.
Super cute.
So I'm really trying to finish that, but I did meet my time goal for that on the magazine monthly.
It's super, it screams January to me.
Yeah, me too. It's not like too Christmassy, but it's definitely wintry.
Yeah, exactly.
And then one of my other big goals is to try to finish the back of this by the end of November, but I don't think I'm going to because each corner there is a lot of green stitching, more than it kind of looks initially to me.
Yeah.
So I did that whole third corner. This is finished. So I really just have that and then the border, which is just a quick stitch around. And then it'll be ready.
Yeah, it's within reach, that's for sure. Maybe not by November 30th.
Probably not by Wednesday, but
yeah,
by the end of December, I should have it all the way done, I would think.
Yeah.
And I really do want to finish that.
So beat me. I'll have to try to maybe fit my Biscornu into my magazine monthly challenge for just December.
My other challenges for the month were the stocking that I'm working on. I didn't do anything on that. I didn't work on gathering eggs at all. And I didn't work on the Mary one.
Yeah.
You had started.
Well, you've been busy.
I really wanted to, but I just didn't have, I really was just focusing a lot. The only other thing I did this week was I did finish that raccoon hood and then I got it mailed out. So that was also took up a couple hours of stitching that I would have had.
Yeah.
And then I did knit some on Millie's sweater. So it's still just getting length, but I'm about ready pretty soon. I need to measure this soon here, but pretty soon I'm going to start the inset pockets.
I love those. I love doing the pockets on that. You're going to love it.
Yeah, it looks easy. Like I definitely understand the directions.
Oh, that'll be a pretty color with it.
So this will be the outside pocket, but I'm going to do the inside of the pocket, still the gold. So it looks like it's sewn kind of on, even though it's actually set in.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
And then there's a border of something similar to this. If not, I think it might be a daisy stitch border. I think we're going to do it in this. And then
on the pocket.
On the pocket, yes, but also on the hem.
On the hem, yeah.
Here's the picture. So Millie, I was kind of getting her opinion. So we're going to do the whole bodice in the yellow and gold, including the hood. Down here, I don't know if you can really see if it's showing up, but there's along the hem, there's another daisy stitch border. She wants that in the red.
Are you doing the long version? You're doing the long one, right?
Yeah. She also wants the daisy stitch border, the button band and the border up here to be that red.
You're not doing the daisy stitch in the border though. You're just doing a regular border.
The button band, but then it turns into a daisy stitch around the hood.
Around the hood? Oh, wow. Okay.
But everything else I'm going to do in gold. I'm probably going to need another skein of this, but maybe not. It's not that much stitching, but it might be enough to need another skein.
Yeah.
Well, and then I have to do the sleeve.
In gold.
In gold. Although there's also a daisy stitch border around the edge, the end of the sleeves. I'm guessing she's going to want those in red,
Maybe.
in this brownish red.
Yeah,
It's
you're probably gonna
called-
need
it's not
another one.
colored, well, it's rust. Color
Yeah.
is coming through fairly well. It's not quite as red as it looks in the video. It's a little more
Yeah.
brown.
Put it
browny.
up against the gold again. I think when you put it up against the gold, it looks more rust. Yeah. That'll be really pretty.
That's
She'll
probably
love that.
fairly accurate. It
I'll
might be
never take it off.
I know, and it is really soft and it's knitting up so smooth. This must be merino. It's just from Hobby Lobby. And if you're looking for just an inexpensive, I got each of these for $6. So I mean, it's still, it's not a nothing cost
Not a
sweater.
$3 project for her size, but it's still better than
Yeah, I mean, it's still
150.
probably $40 or something, but
Mhm.
I get the enjoyment of knitting it.
I got a FaceTime time with Junie today, and she had her little white sweater on that I knit her.
Mhm.
I should have made it longer though.
It should already grown out of it.
It looks a little short on her little tummy. I mean, it's not quite too
Just
short,
pick up
but
some stitches along the bottom and just add more.
should just pick up and do another, a little ruffle or so. I don't know what I could do, but yeah, it took me too long to get it. And she's probably, maybe she's worn it a few times before I've seen it. So hopefully she'll get to wear it a few times before it's too small. At least with Millie, she'll be able to wear that for a while.
That'll
because
last for a long time.
Patterns
Yeah.
are made to last.
Yeah,
So,
I'm knitting the size 10,
mhm.
but I think my gauge is a little bit loose. No, it's not knitting up loose, but I'm a pretty loose knitter, so it might end up, the gauge is probably just a little bit off.
Well, and it could be the yarn you're using too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So.
I did a gauge swatch though, because I
Did you?
wanted to make sure. So yeah,
Okay.
maybe it's about right, but I might add a little extra length. I might not. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it just fitting how it fits.
See how it fits her.
And then it'll be Rosie's mention anyway, so.
That's true. That's true.
I don't have any haul, and I think you said before that you didn't really either.
I don't really, except for I had a haul from last week that I didn't share. So I've talked in the past about, I think somebody actually does some stitching
Sorry,
stitching
I didn't mean to do
calendars.
that.
Okay, how that was go. Like stitching advent calendars. I think there are
Yeah.
some and then, but I've done in the past a couple of yarn ones. I'm sorry, I messed with the box here. And then they started getting super expensive. Some of the indie dyers they were adding a lot of extras, which is lovely. I mean, I love extras, but I didn't want to have to pay. I think the very first advent calendar I bought that was yarn was an Opal Yarns, which is a commercial sock yarn from Germany.
Mm.
And it was maybe $80 American US dollar.
Mhm.
And then I did, then I started looking around, and then I did another one, maybe the next year. I've only done 3 of these. I might have taken a year off. Anyway, no, I did. I got another one from an indie dyer. She was pretty affordable, and I knit this cowl. Both times I knit this cowl, and it's called the Land of Sweets cowl from Helen Stewart.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
And it is just a treat to knit, because your yarn advent calendar comes with 25 little minis. So each one of these rows is 1 day's worth of stitching. And some are lace, some are just
Her designs are so pretty. I always love hers.
I love it. And so this yarn dyer, I forget who I ordered it from. Anyway, I loved it. It's soft. The first one, the Opal Yarns, is scratchy because it's a commercial yarn. But the problem is it's too bunchy, and I have a thing about having things really tight around my neck. I want it a little bit wider. So
you want to pass that on to me? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you never know.
As you clean out your clothes, I do love that one. I remember loving it as you stitched it, just watching the colors come out. They're just such pretty colors.
They were such pretty colors.
Pinks,
I don't know what
browns. It's just gorgeous.
They were all the same color palette. They were the same tone.
Yeah, I love
it. And the year I did this, 2 of my friends did a different dyer that they got theirs from, and their yarns were all over the map. They were like bright, and this, I don't know what I'm going to get this year. I might get the same kind of thing, but they were doing a big shawl, which I like the cowl. Basically, you do 8 rows a day. And each that you open. And I messaged the designer, Helen Stewart, and said, what's the multiples that I would need to be able to make this wider? I want to make it wider around my neck, so it's a little drapier. And she was kindly answered me back. And because there's a couple different lace patterns in here, they're not all the same. She
Right.
said you would need to up it in multiples of 60. So I'm
Mm.
not sure if I just want to do 60, if that would be wide enough. That's probably quite a bit. I don't think I need to do 120 more stitches.
I would think
That would
60
be
would
so
add
good.
it. I would think 60 would add it enough, and it'll just be shorter
enough.
probably because it'll be wider. Well, I guess it depends on the yardage of your new yarn.
Yeah, I would have enough, because I usually always have, even after I do a mini, there's always a little bit left of each of these colors. It doesn't take. Whereas when people have done there's a designer named Amba, Ambah. I think she's from New Zealand. She has designed some shawls, big wraps, meant to use yarn Advent calendar minis.
That's
But I
true. If
haven't-
you have some extra, then it's not gonna like run out. You can still do the
shouldn't.
8 rows.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did get my. So anyway, I didn't do one in 2020. I missed a lot of those people, all those dyers are putting up their listings for pre-orders in the summer, and my mom was dying, and I just missed the window, and I just didn't really have it in me to do it later. I didn't do one last year, but I think but then there was a year. So I did the opal yarn one, and then I did this one, and then the year after that I did socks. I should have brought those in here. I did a pair of scrappy socks with my Advent. And then last year I didn't do one. So this year I found a dyer. Her name is Nitty McPurley on Instagram. She's a yarn dyer. She's a young gal with, I think, 3 kids. She just has finished treatment battling breast cancer this year. And she put up some late listings for her yarn, for her Advent calendar. Sorry. And way more affordable because there's not a ton of stuff to make it more. And I messaged her and said, I really appreciate you doing one that's just the yarn. So it comes with something to open on the 25th, which I'm sure is a full skein of yarn that she dyed. And then there's a little bag with her Nitty McPurley on it.
Oh, cute.
And then there's some cards to open on certain days, not just a few. I don't know what's in those. And then she packaged these up. So each box has a day of the month on it. And inside each of these little boxes is a little skein of yarn.
Oh,
So I was thrilled. I think hers was only $100, which sounds, I mean, that's a lot of money for a lot of people. I do it. My husband gives this to me for my birthday. My birthday's in December. And, between shopping for me for Christmas and shopping for me for my birthday, the poor guy, my birthday's the 18th. So he just buys a bunch of stuff and then picks a few things for my birthday and picks a few things for Christmas. And that's how we roll. But when I started doing this, he said, well, I said, you can make it my birthday present early. So that's what we've done. So that's my birthday present early. So that will start on Wednesday. I'll get to open my first one. And I had to get new needles. I didn't have any size 4s that were available. So I did, that's haul, but whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I just didn't really shop.
Yeah.
I didn't do any Black Friday shopping. My Black Friday shopping consisted of going to Fred Meyer, which is a Kroger, and buying another big tote because I needed an extra tote for my fall stuff, because I had inherited some stuff from my mom that I never really put away very well last year. It was just kind of on a shelf, and there's some big dried floral arrangements. And I thought, I don't want those just sitting out and getting dusty all summer long or all year.
right.
So I got a crate to put some of those in. So that was the extent of my shopping.
Yeah.
And a latte. I got a peppermint latte. Woo!
Mhm. I did a little tiny bit of Christmas shopping that day, just a tiny bit on Amazon, but a couple of things were on that. And I haven't done really any Christmas shopping. So I had the bad news of going to the dentist this week and was told I need to go to a root canal specialist on Tuesday because I have a root canal that needs to be done, but it's a very back tooth. And my dentist said, I'm just going to refer you out because it's such hard to reach tooth and he'll do it fast. I don't know how many of you remember how much dental anxiety I have. So the very act of going to the dentist was really hard. I found a new dentist, which I did like him a lot. But the tooth that I originally went in for is going to need a crown because there's a broken filling and they're going to have to build that tooth up some to save it. but that's not the
Yeah.
emergency. The emergency is actually that I have an abscess that it's not really acting like a regular abscess. I've never had tooth pain. I haven't been swollen, but there's this kind of like I won't describe it, but it's obviously probably an abscess. My other dentist kind of didn't think that's what it was, but this dentist was like, yeah, that's what you're going to
I've never heard of one that you don't get sick from. Like I had one and I was so sick feeling like I had the flu, like because you have an infection.
Right. So I don't know, but that's kind of putting a damper on knowing what I can spend because we have really bad dental insurance. In fact, I think we're going to up our dental insurance to a higher plan, but even that's going to cost money. Like either way we go, but that one will be better because it will cover more.
You're not having the root canal on Tuesday, are you? Are you just doing a consult with him?
Consult, but he might be like, you have to come back on Thursday and get this taken care of before it becomes a health issue. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Well, here's my words of wisdom to you about going to the endodontist. When I had when I had to have my back tooth pulled and it was coming out, and wasn't coming out, and my dentist, well, he wasn't my dentist. He was a dentist in the practice, and he was never my dentist after that. Sent me to a oral surgeon because they couldn't get my tooth out. I had an extra root or something. And I went and I was just so upset. I'd been in the dental chair for like 2 hours while they were pushing and pulling and yanking and bleeding and numbing. And I'm in the chair, and then the other office, I had to drive across town to get to this endodontist. They squeezed me in, or this oral surgeon, and I'm in the chair and the nurse comes in and I go, and I'm kind of shaking because I was just cold. It was just awful. And she goes, "Are you okay?" I said, "Well, I think my Novocaine's wearing off." She goes, "Okay, well, we'll give you a little bit more." And I go, and I'm laying there in this chair. And I go, "What if he can't get it out?" She goes, "Oh, he can get that out." He goes, "Coming to us is not coming to us for this is like going to a foot doctor with a heart problem. You just need to go to the right specialist for the right issue." And I mean, he literally had it out. He walked in, he must have had his little tool, and it was gone.
Yeah.
I'd been 2 hours with this dentist earlier. I'm like, oh, good grief. I'll never have another dentist pull my tooth again. Well, hopefully I don't have to have any more pulled because I don't have any backups, but it'll be so nice, Sarah. You will
He does have some sedation options, which I probably will take, even if it's just laughing gas. But my other dentist that I've been going to for a long time doesn't do anything like that. Like no laughing gas. So I've been getting all my fillings and everything. And this new dentist I went to, I was like, I am really difficult to numb. He goes, "Got it. I understand. I always actually automatically use the stronger stuff right now for everybody. I forget what it is. You know, it's not actually Novocaine. He said most people don't use it's lidocaine or whatever."
Yeah.
Anyways,
I had a different one.
So he was like, he didn't act surprised or confused, which was really nice because I feel like that's the response I've kind of been getting for a while from my other dentist. Like, "What do you mean you're hard to numb?" And I'm like, I can't be the only one who comes in here and says, "Hey, I can feel everything you're doing still." And it's not just discomfort, it's pain. Like,
it's not like,
so, I mean, I've had years now, and like, I had a stressful experience when I was younger with fillings. It's so stressful. So I am glad to just go to a specialist where hopefully it'll just be like kind of smooth and fast, where they've seen all the eventualities and get that just done.
It's their specialty, and there's nothing
I'm
going
like
on
sitting in this chair, like trying not to cry, and this blessed dentist, they were all super nice, like trying to help me figure out how my insurance would cover, what we could do, or anyways. So, because that's also the other stressor is finances. When it comes to teeth, it's always hard to finance it if you don't have like stellar dental insurance. And who has stellar dental insurance?
Nobody has stellar.
They don't make stellar dental insurance.
If you work for Boeing in Seattle, you might have stellar dental, and that's about it. Nobody I know has stellar dental. I have adequate dental.
I know, and I don't have that even right now. So we need to
basically cover. What you probably need to do, if you can hang on, is do one of your teeth, the bad one now.
Yeah.
And then, because I don't know if your new insurance will have a cap that you can do both in 1 year.
I know. I think it would. I know.
Would it? Okay. So
I'm not sure. I need to look. We were trying to decide between two different plans, and one had like the max they'll cover is like $2,000. Well, that's like one tooth at this point, I think, between the root canal and then the crown.
Right. But you're in December, so if you can do that one, and then in January,
So January is the new term. basically.
Should be. They're usually on a calendar year. You can check on that, but usually it's January to January.
But
And
my
then
current insurance doesn't cover any major dental. Nothing. Just
your
me.
dad's didn't. That's why we dropped your dad's and got my little plan at work.
Oh,
But mine would basically have most of them have a cap of 2,000. That's the standard. And so, yeah, by the time you do a root canal and a crown, you on one tooth, you've maxed that out. That's why having dental work done in December is actually, if you can swing it, better, because then if you have to have 2 procedures. Dad did that one year. He had to have one thing done in December and he had the other thing done in January.
so I'll probably try to do that. I'm hoping there's no waiting period if we up because we're going to keep the
That's
same
good.
carrier. So hopefully if we do that, like I asked Jesse if he would do that the other day, and I'm not sure he had a chance to.
Mhm.
Anyways, so it was kind of a rough news week, especially because we're having some car issue. It's December. Isn't that the time for
When it
everything
rains,
to
it
be
pours.
difficult?
When it rains, it pours. I've
So
so been there.
trying to figure out how to do Christmas gifts. It's just one of those years. And it's always a little, it's always tight and we always make it through. But
Yeah.
anyways, so I forget where I was going with that. There was something specific anyways, so
Well,
that's
you did some shopping, but then you're waiting because
but yeah, I didn't get to buy any like fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's what I did on Good Friday. I did buy just like a little bit.
Yeah.
We have some plans what I want to buy for them, but anyways, books.
Yeah.
Look,
Woo!
making progress. I'm currently this is the book I've been reading for you all who might be new or don't remember. Humongous tome that I still have from the library. I'm making it through. I mean, I'm on page 590.
Out of
Not
how many?
fast. 840. So I
Why
still
can't
have,
you just write books that are a little less pages? I might be more apt to read his books.
I know it is so good though. It is really interesting. And I'm kind of like, where is this going to go? And how is this going to end? And there's just enough creepy, just enough tension, and then a lot of like setup, and then tension, and then setup.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
Yeah.
it. So I know that I feel like Julie, no, who recommended it? Stitching at the Cabin.
Did they recommend it? I think so, or they've read it.
Yes, and then a couple other people actually in that same time period were like, you should read this one, because I had said I was wanting to read some Stephen King. So this one is a nice entry point into his books. It's not like real creepy or gross or scary.
Right. I think I've only read Misery by him.
Yeah, I'm interested in reading more by him now.
And that one, that one was just kind of sadistic. It's not really creepy. It's just sadistic.
Yeah. And this one, if you don't remember, the premise is there's sort of this portal into the past, and it always takes whoever goes through this portal to this specific moment in history. So the guy who always did that hatched a plan to stop the assassination of JFK, because his theory was if JFK stayed in the presidency, there wouldn't have been Vietnam. Like there would be a chain of events that would
huge ramifications.
Huge ramifications if he were able to be saved and Lee Harvey Oswald stopped. Then that guy, the original guy, he's only in the story briefly. The main character kind of gets that mission passed on to him. So he goes back in the past. So the bulk of the book, like there's a big section where he's not in the past. And then a big section of the book is him in the past. But the point of the assassination is like 5 years into the future from the point where the portal always drops you out. So you basically, he goes in and he has to like live there for 5 years. And he kind of develops all these relationships, and it's just sort of the story.
But he knows he's there for this mission.
As he's getting ready to kind of figure out, well, one of his missions is to figure out if Lee Oswald was working alone. Because if he really was working alone, then his mission is pretty simple. He just has to take him out. But if he ends up actually having other conspirators, then he kind of needs to take them out too, or else JFK may still end up dead.
Yeah.
So that's the part of the book I'm in right now, is him trying to figure out. I mean, I don't think those are really spoilers, because that's pretty clear where it's going to go from early on in the book.
Well,
trying to figure out if he's working alone or not. So it's kind of conspiracy politics a little bit, but anyways.
Maybe when I retire, I'll have time to read that.
Yeah, you could probably do an audiobook and just listen to it while you stitch or something. There's probably a good reader somewhere that does.
Oh, that's true. I haven't really done an audiobook ever.
That's crazy to me.
I don't really know how.
Oh, well, I can help you set that up. That's easy.
I've been reading that book that I talked about last week, The Worst Christmas Ever, which is not really, I mean, it's really a positive book, and it is sweet. They're just very short little vignettes from his column and his blog. Probably if you knew him and read his blog, you might be getting the same stories, but they are very heartwarming and very kind of just what I needed for this season, you know, kind of to read. Anyway, check it out by Sean Dietrich.
I think I put it on our GoodReads. So if you follow the link down below, you can just see our list of books that we kind of keep a running list of.
Right. I did put a couple books on my Christmas list. And there's a show we started watching. You probably already know about it. Maybe we talked about it last week. Lock and Key.
Oh, that's a book series. Did you know that?
It's a comic book series. It was originally a comic.
Oh.
When I Googled it, it was a comic.
Isn't it? Who's it by? Lock and Key. I feel like Jesse read. Is it by
and Disney or somebody was trying to do that show in like 2000.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a comic book series because I feel like
I'm pretty sure I read that it was a comic book.
It is. Yeah, it says it is when I Googled it. But I thought that there was also maybe I'm thinking of a different book. Okay.
Well,
comic book made into a show, which we haven't watched the show.
Well, if you like Stranger Things, it's creepy like that. It's not gore.
Oh.
It's not really gore. There's a little bit of blood, but it's a mystery. It's kind of a magical. It's a little dark. Well, it's a little, but Stranger Things is a little dark too. This is a little dark. It's a family. It's a mom and 3 kids. And,
this is not like a kid family show.
No, I wouldn't watch it with your girls.
For that.
It's too creepy. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a different book then.
Maybe.
The one I'm thinking of is like a junior fiction.
There's a evil kind of entity that's released into this town, and you don't really know what her story is, and then you've got these kids and a mom. And it's just got that little bit of, oh my gosh, what's going on now? You know, or they end up going into areas, into some scenarios where you're like, how are they going to get out of this? What is going on? You know, so I wasn't sure I was going to like it. The first episode, I was like, I don't know if I like this creepy, but then we watched the second and third episode and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to know what's going to happen now with this storyline. So
yeah, I'll try watching.
I think that's on
I think it's Netflix. We watched there's a new Netflix Christmas family movie yesterday. It was our first.
Oh.
Well, I watched like a Hallmarky Christmas movie a few weeks ago. I decided I'm watching Hallmarky movies this year. I decided that a few weeks ago. I don't usually watch very many of those because they're kind of like, oh, I know they're all, you know, like
a Daniel Steele book.
It's kind of like fluff, and I like that, but I don't usually watch very many of those.
Right.
I have a few that I like, but often they're not really good quality entertainment. So I usually skip them. But this year I was like, I think I might watch that because I think I just need a lot of movies that have a very happy ending.
Yeah.
And it's not real sad or upsetting in the middle. So I watched one last week that was kind of cute. I can't remember what it's called though. Maybe you've seen it. I don't even know if it's brand new. It was a Netflix, but it was basically like a Hallmark movie about this cook. Oh no, she like manages a restaurant.
No.
Up in a ski lodge. What is it called? I gotta just figure it out now because Christmas with a View. That's what it's called. It's called Christmas with a View. It was just cheesy but sweet at the same time and just nice.
Was it on that was on Netflix?
I think that was a Netflix one. Yeah. And then last night, what?
Oh, the only Hallmark one I've really watched, and it played every year, is called A Dog Named Christmas.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
And it's got a family on a farm in the Midwest.
Is it an actual Hallmark one? I call Hallmark, but I mean,
I think it's an actual Hallmark.
Because now Netflix has jumped into this whole.
Right. But this is not like your typical Hallmark. Like this has got little family drama. The dad is a Vietnam vet, so he's got some flashbacks going on. They've got a Down syndrome kid who really wants a dog, and they foster this dog. And there's a little scenario at the end that could be tragic, but it's not. It has a happy ending. But it's so it's like this mom and dad, and they've got this teenage Down syndrome boy, and then they've got older kids that are like married or dating, and they come home for Christmas. It was good. I liked it. It wasn't your little, what's the ones that I've seen advertised? Not Queen of Christmas, but
Oh, the Christmas Prince and those.
yes.
We
I haven't
watched
watched
those.
those.
Actually, the girls kind of like those, so we'll
Yeah.
probably do a few of those.
They're perfect.
Really,
for
really
them.
wants to watch I think it's called the Holiday Calendar. It's about like kind of a magical Advent calendar, and it's sort of a love story. And did you watch that one last year? I think I recommended it to you.
Are they on Hallmark Channel? I don't even know.
No, these are Netflix. Netflix makes a ton of these Hallmark-ish Christmas movies.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like a niche thing they have now jumped into.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Holiday Calendar, and it's pretty cute. And the quality of the acting is a little step above some of the other ones I've seen.
Mhm.
Like I watched another one last year that was like on a ranch, Christmas in California or something, and it was just terrible acting and terrible.
Original.
But I'd probably watch it again this year because I just need a little lightness. So,
Yeah.
but last night as a family, we watched the new Netflix family movie, and it was called A Boy Called Christmas, and it was cute. So that was just kind of a fun family one. It's by the people who did the Christmas Chronicles a few years ago, which I think Kurt Russell or somebody was in there.
Yes, Dad loves those. There's two of them.
Yeah. So this is by the same people.
Okay.
So you might like that one too. It was cute.
I've seen the first one of that, but I haven't seen the second one.
And then we really liked the one they did last year. I think it was also Netflix, called Jingle Jangle. That one was cute, and it's different than this one, but it's cute.
I remember you talking about that, but I don't think I watched that one. I'll have to.
Those are like family ones, but it's kind of fun to watch. I like
Right.
watching them too, but those are safe ones for kids. If you have grandkids or kids
Yeah.
in your life,
Kid safe. Yeah.
those
I
ones.
watched during our COVID quarantine excitement, we watched The Holiday with
Yeah, I'm saving that one. That's my favorite.
love that one.
I like that one too.
Love it.
That's one I watch. Jesse watches that one with me. He likes that one.
Mhm. And Carrie would too. He said, "Oh, you're watching it without me." I'm like, well, I don't think you cared that much.
I know, that's what Jesse said last year. I watched it and he was like, "Oh, you didn't watch that one with me?" And I was like, "Well, you don't usually like to watch any," like I didn't know that one was one he liked, but he does like that one.
Well, you can say, "Well, I'll watch it again."
I'll watch that one.
I can quote it right along with them.
I know, I like that one. I think that's
That and When Harry Met Sally.
Oh yeah, I don't usually watch that one around the time, but I watch I usually watch While You Were Sleeping. That's the one I watch at Christmas time.
Sleepless in Seattle is holiday-ish.
Mhm.
When Harry Met Sally is holiday-ish.
Mhm.
I mean, they're
Die
about as
Hard.
holiday as, huh?
Die Hard.
They're about as holiday-ish. They're even more holiday-ish than Die Hard. We watched on Thanksgiving night. Everybody was just kind of zoned out. And I think we were going to play a game, but everybody was just kind of tired. The babies had gone to bed in their pack and plays. And I think everybody was just kind of like, so we watched Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
I saw that on Facebook or somewhere.
Okay, let's just get our yearly viewing of that in early. I mean, I couldn't really sell Andrew on Miracle on 34th Street.
No,
So
not probably easily.
I just, that'll have to be Dad and I on our own or something, but I don't think I didn't suggest it.
Yeah, we'll
But-
watch that one as a family. The girls like that one.
Yeah.
Our giveaway winner. This was our giveaway last week.
Oh, yes.
So it's this little kit. It has everything in it. So the winner of this is Brenda Foy. So congratulations,
Brenda.
Brenda.
Win again, Brenda.
Win again. There were only 3 people who entered. So your chances of winning are real high if there's only 3.
You follow us with low subscriber rates. You got a really good chance of winning giveaways.
Yeah. So I think we already have your address, Brenda. We can probably just send that out. I'll just try to send that out. And I don't have a giveaway for this week.
And I'm sorry, I am behind. I didn't go to post office last week, so I am.
Sorry,
Don't
everyone.
despair. I have this for Susan Dubay, and I've got Karen Baliani,
Yeah.
the Blue Flower.
And
Which Sarah says she sent me the address, I think, but it's buried in my email. I'm going through. I have 600 Yahoo emails that I just need to delete, and I'll get to it. If I can't find it, I'll call you. I'll let you know.
And I have 2 things of seasons to send out. One that I found and one that is still floating around my house, I think.
Your other one's
have it
still
at-
missing?
Well, I don't think it's turned up. I know it's here though. So I just need to probably, as I clean up the fall stuff, I'll do kind of some deep cleaning.
Did you find your fancy floss yet?
Yes. It wasn't in the bag I thought it was in. It was in something different. I forgot that I had changed it out into something else. So
Okay.
I actually had it accessible all the time, and I just didn't realize that's what it was
It
in.
was right there.
For a long time, I just had it in a little paper bag, but I had bought several of them in, and
Don't know why you would have a hard time finding those.
my light is bad. It's just gone now.
Yeah, mine's going. I found my one of my projects this week behind the couch cushion.
Magic.
So, the magical couch continues, coughing up projects. My future plans are to do my December acrostic, and the stitch along with Jen Hicks Creates is the Advent SAL. I've shared about it, and I have not started my Barbara Anna mystery SAL. That is, I think the new second part comes out tomorrow. Maybe I think it's been 2 weeks, so I'm hoping to start that tonight. My major decorating is done. I want to just put my feet up and just relax before work starts tomorrow. It's been nice being off. I've been off since Wednesday. That's been really nice.
That is nice.
But yeah,
I look like I
Yeah.
wanted to see. My plans, I finished my 12 sampler goal, and I would like to get 16 trees done between now and Wednesday, which I think if I just pick little ones, I could do that.
16. Yeah, you better pick.
On my stocking,
Uh,
I usually can get like 5 to 6 done a night if I don't do huge ones.
mhm.
And I will probably try to do 2 hours or an hour each on one of the other two. I have 2 hours left on the Christmas Mary one and the Gathering Eggs. I'm not sure if I'll pick 2 hours on one of those or 1 hour on each.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit all my goals for this month, but that's okay.
I think I have 1 hour left on my goals for this year, for this month, for Merry and Bright, the Pineberry Lane Merry and Bright with the pinkish border that I started. So I'll do that, because I can do 1 hour and then start my December Joyful World.
Okay. I'm going to
I
make
guess I can start that. I don't have to wait till December 1st. I can start that now if I wanted to. I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah.
I've made that kind of a first
I
of the
always
month.
started mine on the first of the month, but you don't have to.
Well, I kind of have liked it because I like getting it done and having a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
This one doesn't look too bad. The peacocks was just a lot of stitching. Just,
Yeah.
some of the squares weren't bad. Some were a little bit more. I'll have it ready to go. And then I got to figure out how to do my border.
Yeah.
A little nervous about that.
That's going to be another year of project.
Mhm. On top of my other year monthly project that I'm doing. So yeah, well, it's not too crazy yet, or not that close to Christmas. We got time to work on things.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us this week.
Yeah. Happy stitching. Happy December on Wednesday. Be
Yeah.
safe. Be well. And I won't say it because I don't want to get our viewers upset.
Just happy stitching, and you know what?
Don't get COVID. Don't get COVID.
Okay, COVID. All right.
We love you. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.